We are dreams, although not everyone remembers their dream. Mankind have been fascinated by dreams since the eon of time. So, what are dreams? Have they been placed there for a purpose? Today, I shall tell you a very brief mythology of dream from some of the ancient Greeks and Roman accounts. In the beginning, there was chaos. From chaos came Erebus, the darkness, and Nyx, the night. The union of darkness and night and bring forth many. Amongst them were the twin brothers, Thanatos, the death, and Hypnos, the sleep. Through Hypnos, Oneiroi, the dreams, were born, and a great number of them are nameless, for Hypnos himself had 1,000 offsprings. The brothers lived in the caves in the parts of the underworld of Erebus, the land of eternal darkness and beyond the rising sun. They are often described as the dark-winged spirits which emerge each night like a flock of bats to spread dreams around the world. As they left Erebus, each Oneiroi passed through one of the two gates. One gate was made of horn, and the other of ivory. The gate of horn is a source of prophetic dreams, and they were sent by the gods, and always proved true. While the gate of ivory gave falsehoods that could steer man in the wrong direction. Zeus famously sent the Oneiroi to the camp of the Achaeans, and entering the tent of Agamemnon, urged him to wage war on Troy. In Metamorphosis, Roman poet Ovid gave us 3 names of those assigned to bring dreams to kings and leaders, and the rest of them visited the common people like us. There was Phantasos. As you can guess from the name, he created fantasy-like dreams, appear as rocks, trees, water, and other element nature-based images. He specialized in symbolic dreams of a deeply meaningful nature, and dreams prompted by him are rich in imagery and may yield important hints of past and present or future. Phantasos also ruled over good dreams, the opposite of his brother Phobetos, who appear in animals and monsters forms. He's the one who brings people nightmares, just like his name. Phobetos the frightener, and bring phobia and play on people's greatest fear. And perhaps the most famous of them all was Morpheus, or Morpheus, the leader of the Oneiroi. With the ability to imitate human form, their mannerisms and voices, he is said to be the one who went to Agamemnon in his best trusted friend's Nestor's form. Morpheus also famously sent to Alcyone with the news of her husband. Alcyone was the daughter of Aeolus, the god of the wind, and Sais, son of the morning star. They were the king and queen of Trachis. Deeply troubled by his brother's death, Sais decided to consult the oracle of Apollo across the sea. But he met with a terrible storm at sea, resulted his death. Unaware of the tragic death of her beloved husband, Alcyone prayed to the goddess Hera for the safe return of him. Hera was profoundly moved by her love for her husband and decided to send a messenger to inform her about the tragic death. Dripping with sea water, Morpheus appeared in Alcyone's dream as Seth, informing her about the unfortunate event. Heartbroken, Alcyone threw herself into the sea and got drowned, determined to join her husband in the land of the dead. Out of compassion, the gods transformed them into kingfisher, or halcyon birds. The loving husband and wife were therefore reunited. Alcyone, of course, gave a name to the halcyon birds, but she also gave a name to the halcyon days. But that's a story perhaps for another time. And remember, myths are public dreams. Dreams are private myth. Thank you for listening.